Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is for you. I'm Cyclone, time for more Let's Play Train Simulator Classic. Today we're going to look at the stuff you can currently get for free. Yes, you heard that right, for free on Train Sim Classic. Now, this is a 2 route and 1 train, DLC train package here. So I'm actually showing you the set of scenarios here that actually takes advantage of all of those items. But as you can see, we're talking about a 90-minute scenario for the first one. I could do this shorter one, but obviously that's not the entire route. That's only a part of the route. So what we're going to do today is we're going to focus our scenario on the initial offering of the route, which is the Marsailles to Avignon area, which is under a different route ID than what you see here. We'll go down there in a second. But as you can see, the entire Lynn to Marseille route normally comes with a number, ignore the Liverpool one, comes with a number of scenarios, including some railfan ones. I think 2 of them are in the standard tab, but it comes with 7 regular scenarios, all using the TGV Duplex. So that is, and there are various different looks of the train as well. So you can, so the first 3 seem to have one version of the train. The 4th one seems to have a different version, and that version seems to stick on 3, and then number 7 uses the same one as 1 to 3. So 4 of them in the SNCF one and 3 of them in the SNCF one. There you go, just different skins. And of course, further up, we have the other TGV Reseau, which again is a different train. This is not the Duplex, this is the Reseau, completely different train. So that is what you can basically drive for free. All these scenarios, do the occasional railfan where you can poke at it. So we are going to come back to the Reseau. We're going to take a look at it in this video. But for today, we're going to go down to, we're going to start rather, with something a little bit further down here. Let's go down the list. I'm going to actually keep you with me as I go through Liverpool, past London Faversham, London Brighton. There's London Transport Heritage. There's Long Island Railroad. We're going to come back to the this route, by the way, in the future. I still want to do this. So there's Longhigh, there's Mannheim, and there's Marsailles, and then if you keep scrolling down, you get to Marseille, Avignon, which is right here. So the scenario we're going to do today is the first of these. Actually, you know what? It's 2 tutorials. I'm going to go ahead and do the tutorials followed by the first scenario here. Once we've done all that, we're going to go and take a quick look at the LGV Reseau to see what that train has that is different. And we're only going to do a very quick, small portion of a scenario on that one. We're not going to do an entire scenario. So looking down here, all these use the same duplex. So it looks like the LGV to Lyon actually includes a new version of the train intentionally. So you have 2 trains instead of just the one. And then the 3rd train is a DLC that you can use on the existing route. Now, we're going to go ahead and do the tutorials right now. Then we'll talk about the route when we get going on the main scenarios. Let's get started. I've been on the menu long enough. Let's get driving. Welcome to the BAL, Bloc Automatique Lumineux, signaling system tutorial. I'm going to have trouble with the French names, I just know, even though I'm Canadian. Scroll through messages using these buttons. This tutorial is based on you already understanding block signaling. If not, head over to Academy and try out the signaling system tutorials. That's irrelevant to me. We're bouncing around here. All right. A violet aspect means you should stop and not pass. That is something you don't see in many railway structures. So violet is a stop and don't pass, apparently, on these signals, on the shunt signals. A flashing white aspect means you are clear to proceed with caution into an occupied section. And then, of course, the basic white, the aspect of this type of signal will not show proceed until you are within 50 meters of it. So you will not be given a shunting signal until you're within 50 meters of the signal. You can always expect to stop until you're told otherwise. These are normal, red, yellow, green. So red, stop, yellow, prepare to stop, green, proceed. Those are no different. When a flashing red aspect is displayed, the driver may proceed with caution at a maximum speed of 15 kilometers per hour. It is kilometers, not miles. The Oleton permissive light. When a double red aspect is shown and the Oleton, I'm not sure how you say that, highlight in the red circle is off. This is an absolute stop, meaning you must stop and not pass. When a single steady red aspect is shown and the thing is on, you must stop and can then proceed at a maximum speed of 30 kilometers per hour. So this is a confusing one. If you have a double red is shown. That's okay. Double red is an absolute stop, but a single steady red aspect is a stop and proceed. That is interesting. So apparently, if you don't stop but you just go right past it, is that a SPAD? Does that end the scenario? Does it wait for you to actually stop and then confirm that you can go? I'm curious how that will work for scenario purposes. These signals are the same as an A-type signal with the addition of a double red aspect. This is a B-type signal. It indicates this is an absolute stop and should not be passed under any circumstances. Here's a C-type signal. This one's showing a nice green, so I guess that's my signal in this scenario. The aspects shown on this signal are the same as a B-type signal, but can also show shunting aspects. So they can also show purple at the top for shunting, and it has the whites above the green. So the green, yellow, red are below it in some order. So it looks like this is a very, very heavy usage signal that I guess can get a lot of utility depending on where it's placed. And not every section is going to need them because obviously you're not going to be able to shunt everywhere. But I guess it's basically a combination shunt and regular signal in the event that you have a yard that you're accessing or something like that. So shunting options are provided for that reason. You need to be able to know the shunt signals for that kind of entry as well, even if you're not doing anything in the yard itself. So you just leaving the train, you have to know what it means to go in. So it looks like the same things apply to the flashing white and the regular white. So we'll go from there. E-type signals, which look more like an F. The aspects shown on these signals are the same as an A-type signal, but with the thing and the ability to show an advanced speed warning indication, which I don't see where that is yet, but I guess it might be a signal indication. An E-type signal always announces a G-type main signal, so the G-type is going to be the next one we're going to see, I bet. Oh, the driving speed warning aspects. So 2 solid yellow means 30-kilometer speed restriction. 2 flashing yellow lights is a 60-kilometer-hour speed restriction. These are at the next junction, and there are junctions on this route. This is a G-type main signal. I called it. G-type signals are only found before junctions and can display the same aspects on an E-type signal with additions. We're going to see that in a second, I'm pretty sure. If you're routed to another line, a G signal will display 2 yellow lights on the right-hand panel. 2 solid yellow lights means 30 km/h speed restriction. 2 flashing yellow lights means a 60 km speed, so that's the same as before. Diverging speed warning aspects. If you are not routed to another line at the signal but are at the next one, 2 yellow lights will display as an E-type signal. So this will operate as an E-type signal if you're not being routed at this junction. So that is something to keep in mind as well on this, apparently. And that top junction light, or that top light can be yellow in this case. So I don't think the purple is up there. It's a yellow. If you are routed to another line at this and the next signal, a diverging aspect will be shown along with a single yellow light. This is going to be confusing. 2 solid yellow lights means that a 30 km/h speed restriction will be in place at the next signal. 2 flashing yellow lights indicate 60 kilometers. So that part's easy to understand. Direction indicators. These inform the driver of the direction for the signaled route. This should be easy enough. When no white lights are displayed, you just keep going. When one white light is shown, the signal route is geographically left. 2 white lights indicate the signal route is not left. Okay, I guess that means to the right. Is that how that works? TIVD speed indicators. A TIVD speed indicator announces an upcoming change in speed at a TIVR when routed over a junction. A blank diamond with a solid white bar illuminated indicates that you can continue at the current line speed, which is what we have here on the left. A restricted junction speed can be displayed over a solid white diamond with the white line speed bar extinguished. So this means you would then proceed at 90 km/h on the example. What I take that to mean. We also have the same example with 90 here. A solid white bar indicates you may proceed at the current line speed. When a number is displayed, you must be traveling at that speed past the signal. If the junction speed is 30 or 60, then this will be blank. Interesting. Yeah, this is called a TIVR speed indicator. And that sums up the BAL signaling system. For more detailed information, please refer to the manual, which I have on my iPad, and I'll probably use in the future. But for today, we're going to see how we do without that. Alternatively, you can learn about the KVB signaling system by selecting TGV2 TVM 430 signaling tutorial, which we're going to do next. So I'll see you over on that. We should get 1,000 points. I'm not even going to review this because we should get 1,000 points for this. So I'll see you in scenario number 2. Hi, driver. Today you'll learn about the TVM 430 in-cab signaling system. Close this window when you're ready to begin. Okay. Didn't we do? Oh, this is the in-cab signaling. Okay. So we're going to have to drive while we do this, I think. Transmission Voda machine or track-to-train transmission advises the driver at what speed the train may run. TVM 430 system is only enforced from north of the tunnel by Marsailles. North of the tunnel is when this is enforced. Okay, good to know. Located in the cab, the TVM display changes colors to advise you about speed changes. So we have green, that's the line speed. If we have black with white text, it's going to be white text in both cases. This is the enforcement because of a route change over or obstruction ahead. That doesn't make sense the way it's worded, but okay. White diamond with black text, again, 170. This warns of an upcoming restriction. So assume we're going 200, we're coming down to 170, for example. Red, stop at the next signal as the next block is occupied. That will not be happening from 170, I don't think. I don't think you can stop in that range of time. But nonetheless, that's what we would be doing if we are ordered to. Those will be fun. Okay, so do we get to drive this? Don't worry if this seems like a lot of information. You will be guided through each prompt as they appear. Okay, thank you. Am I going backwards? Let's set off. Slide the reverser control to forwards or press W on the keyboard, which I'm going to do. Before I do any of that, fine, you've finally stopped moving. So we're going to bring that up. We'll bring the W up. This is going to be a babysitting tutorial. Cool. Slide the brake control down to 0 or press, well, apparently the period is used for the brake control here. No, apparently I just used the regular semicolon. Never mind. I guess the brakes are the same. So the semicolon and quote still work as the regular brake on that. You don't have to use the period and the slash, but I guess both work. Raise the throttle to get going, or A on the keyboard, which easy to do. There we go. More. Thank you. So scanning ahead, we have, we have the automatic signals here, so we don't actually get to see a signal aspect here. And oh boy, 25% we're going up fast. We're on a downhill. Signaling is now active. Where are we on the route, by the way? We are right here at the end of the route. We are literally at the end of the route. If I turn around and look behind me, let's pop out of the train for a second. This is the route buffer. The route ends here. So I want to point out that on the full LGV route, that will continue. You could plant this scenario on the LGV route, and you'll actually be in the middle of the entire route to Lyon. So we're starting at the buffer going to Avignon as a tutorial. That's literally all we're doing here. Stop at signal. Oh, do we have a time limit? No, we don't. Okay, we just got our 1,000 points and we're done. Perfect. There is a 170 up ahead, so that's why the tutorial used the 170 in the indicator. This system can manually be toggled on and off by pressing Control-Shift numpad plus and activates when you pass a TVM signal like the one just ahead. I'm a little concerned about using a plus. That is my recording stop button. So yeah, that's I'm going to have to change that if I have to use that in these scenarios. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, I might just leave it on. Might be, or off if it's off. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. The TVM 430 is warning you that the next signal block, the speed, I can't read this. The TVM 430 is warning you that at the next signal block, the speed is reduced to 170 kilometers per hour. Do not exceed this speed before the next signal. The good news is, I'm not at 170. Okay, I'm still gaining a lot of speed, and apparently the brakes are going to be necessary here. There we go. A speed of 170 is now enforced as you are approaching a station in this signal block. Do not exceed this speed as you will trigger an emergency. Well, that's good to know. It triggers an emergency if you're over the speed limit. Am I stopping in Avignon? No, go via. Go via. We can take the brakes off. Apparently I triggered emergency anyway. Nope. Because we're talking super fast speeds in general, what we're probably going to do is we're going to leave the speed well under the limit. And we're just going to use the brakes to apply a small brake as needed or for major brake applications as required. That's my suspicion anyway. So the signal is 2 kilometers away from me. Ah, we're stopping at that signal. The TVM speed would be set to 300 kilometers per hour, but a speed of 160 will be imposed at the next signal block, indicating there may be a hazard ahead. Keep below 160 kilometers per hour before you reach the next signal block. Well, there you go. We're being told to not exceed 160. I'm going to stay at 130 for that reason, since I accidentally fell down there anyway. I'm going to go ahead and put a application on here. Is this a signal I need to stop at? No, it isn't. What am I doing coming to a stop? No, stop. Keep going. Keep going. I misread that. How far away is this? I want to know now. How far away is this? Let's go ahead and center on where I am. The goal is up. Oh, it is close. Okay, it is close. So here's the signal section. The speed of 160 is now enforced. Do not exceed this speed. Yep. I think we're stopping that signal up there. Actually, no, we're going to be... It looks like we're going to get to the continue, and then that might be where the signal countdown begins. You can tell I'm a first timer, can't you, on this route? There appears to be a broken down train ahead. Your train will be diverted around it. Note the speed of 160 will continue to be enforced as your train makes the turn. Okay. There's the broken down train. That's just a continue prompt, so we don't have a name for the train. 300 is becoming enforced, so 230 is flashing though. That means our speed limit is going to probably be cutting to 230 up ahead. Continue driving and be on the alert for speed changes indicated by the TVM system. Okay. The signal countdown has not begun. The stop indicator is the orange area up ahead. So we know this. We should be going faster, but we're not. That said, I think the signal, or this indicator is saying 160 there. So we are going to be stopping no faster than 160 at this time. Seeing that, I'm going to leave myself at 130 for the purpose of coming to a stop. Let's take a look at the next signal, which is probably a yellow. But when you're a first timer on a route like this, it actually is a little bit to figure, oh yeah, it's automatic, we don't have any indication. So there's the 3 red blocks. The next section of track is occupied. Stop at the red signal ahead. When you stop, this will conclude the scenario. Thank you. Our countdown will now begin in the lower right corner, or lower left corner. So I'm now going to go ahead and put an application in. I've only put a small application for now, not a very fast one, because I wasn't going at the full speed. Let that go for a second. So you are within the block for the stop. Taking more distance off of our train here. I wasn't at 160, so I had the extra time to work with, which is very, very nice. So I release for a moment because I still have a little bit of space I can go here. We're not going to have any indication on the signal up ahead because they are all automatic blocks, so we have no indication of anything. We can just stop within this block and wait until we're told we can go, which we're not going to be told that. But I will pull up to the front of the block anyway. Now, we could just screech to a halt, but I like to do things gently. Especially because I'm driving a passenger train. Hello. Nice. And this will do for our purposes. Okay, train is now coming to a stop. That's the end of the scenario. When performing a stop at instruction, we know that part. Once the bar is finished scrolling, you've completed. Yeah, we know that. Let's look at the train and we'll wrap up. Since we haven't gotten a good look yet, this is the bullet that we're going to be driving on the scenarios on this route. Because this took a little more time than I expected for these two tutorials, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video here. I'm going to go ahead and do another video tomorrow to show the first scenario and the train that we're actually driving in the DLC, which has the extra train. But that will also give us a quick look at the Lyon station. My goal for tomorrow, I'll just give you the heads up what we're doing tomorrow. I'm going to do scenario number 3 tomorrow. And when we're done that scenario, I'm going to go ahead and transmit us, after looking at the scoring screen, over to Lyon station. Whatever it's called, I'll get the full name. And when we go to Lyon, we're going to go ahead and look at the station itself, and then we're going to hop in the train and head off to, on that scenario, I think it's towards Avignon. It might actually be all the way to Marsailles in that scenario, but we're not going to be completing that scenario. We're going to be just doing a quick few minutes of looking around the train, getting a screenshot of the train. The whole idea for this pair of videos is just to show you the content you're getting for free this week. So once again, go grab this for free while you can. It's free until June 2nd. Go get it. Even if you don't like it, at least it's something else you can drive in the game and you don't have to pay for it. If you already have Train Simulator 2017 package or bought the routes on their own individually prior to May 26th, you may already have them. You can't claim them, obviously, in that case. Nor can you get them for anyone else in that case. I don't think you can't quote buy it for anyone while it's free. Not possible. Can't gift it. I don't believe. But you can certainly encourage all your friends to go get it for free while they can. And it's just something you can do. It's a French route. It's the only French route we have in Train Simulator. By the way, this route is also available. I believe the entire route to Lyon in Train Sim World 3 as well. You can get it in Train Sim World 3 for free this week as well. Go pick it up. Whatever game you have, enjoy it. I'll see you for scenario number 3 and our preview of the Reseau, which is not, I believe, in Train Sim World 3, but I could be wrong on that. I'll see you for the preview of that and scenario 3 tomorrow. I'm Cyclone. Make sure you have a wonderful day, evening, night, whatever it is for your part of the world. I'll see you next time. Well done. You've successfully completed the TVM tutorial. Note that on this pack, TVM 430 is only enforced north of the Marsailles tunnel. And that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. See you then. Bye bye.